Hello guys, good morning. Let's start. In the last two videos, right, we have discussed about what exactly is a VPC peering, and we also discussed about the types of VPC peering. And this is the design we are using until now. As you can see, we have like two regions. One is East US one, the other one is which is North Virginia, and the other one is Ohio. And in the last sessions, you know that one we have created three VPCs, two in the East one and one in the East two. So I just want to recap it on that one. So if you see, if I go to the US East one, which is North Virginia, you can clearly see that one I have a green VPC which is having an IP address range of 10.1100/16, and I also have one more orange VPC which is in 172.16/16, which both will be providing 65,000 IPs, and the third one will be in the other region, which is Ohio region, and which is having the blue VPC, which is 192.168/16. Now the important thing which I told you in the last time is when you are creating the VPC peering, it is utmost important not to have the overlapping IPs. So that is why all have distinct IPs. You can see there is no overlap of IPs here. So different IP addressing. Okay. Right. Now the plan is this is part 3, and we are going to talk about establishing a VPC peering in a single region. That means the plan is, as you can see here, I'm going to create a VPC peering between the green as well as between the orange, and green is in 10.1/16 and orange is in 0.0/16. So right now both the VPCs are ready. We have all the routing tables already and everything routing as well as internet gateways. We can verify that one just to make sure. So if you see routing tables, if I go here, your blue main routing table is here. You already have the subnet, you already have the routings towards the internet gateway, and the same with the here as well. Okay, so now I'm going to close this one, the Ohio VPC, because I'm not going to do anything here. So we're going to deal with only with single region, which is North Virginia. So let's go ahead and deploy two servers. Yeah, so I'm going to open the EC2 here, and I'm going to deploy two machines. Yeah, so one machine is in green VPC, the other one will be in the orange VPC, and we'll verify whether the communication is happening by default. So what exactly I told about the VPC is a logical boundary, and by default there won't be any sort of communication between two VPCs. Yeah, that's what I said, right? Okay, let's see. So let's verify that one to be if it is true or not. Yeah, so I'm going to deploy two machines which are Amazon Linux machines. I always prefer to have a Linux than Windows because it will take less space and it will take less RAM and resources to deploy. Okay, launch the instance. Okay, looks like internet is little slow. Okay, so I'm going to take Amazon Linux 2018 because it is fast, it is free, and with less resources, like with 1 GB RAM, it works very good. So I'm going to select that one, and I'm going to select the T2 micro. If you still have the free trial, right, then it will be free for you. Yeah, so I believe that I already crossed the free trial, so I don't think it is free for me. Anyway, I'm going to select the green VPC, and you can see I'm going to select the green VPC. I'm going to select the subnet one, and I'm going to enable the public IP because we need to connect to the server, right? That's why. So I'm going to give the IP address such as like this 10.1.1 and 100, 10.1.1.100, because the green VPC is in the range of 10.1.0.0. You can see this picture, right? In the picture you can clearly notice, you can see this is the thing here. So 10.1.0.0/16. So, and the subnet is 10.1.1.0. This is incorrect here. It should be 10.1. Okay, there is a small mistake here. Let me do one thing. Yeah, so I'm going to remove this. The subnet is incorrect here. The subnet should be 10.1.1.0/24. Yeah, it's not 10.20.0.24. Anyway, okay, so let's deploy it. Now I'm going to give an IP address 10.1.100. So add storage and add tags, name, and I'm going to name this server as green server. Yep. So configure security group and review and launch the server. Now this server belongs to the green VPC, right? So we're going to deploy one more VPC which is actually, sorry, one more server which is in Orange VPC. Okay, so the green server is getting deployed. Let's deploy one more. So launch instance, the same steps, no change apart from the VPC. Yep. So same T2 micro. So I go select the Orange VPC, and you see by default the auto assign IP is disabled. Why? Because you need to enable that on subnet. So let me show it to you. I'll go to the subnets. In the subnets, I can enable this one by default. If you don't have default, you can actually enable that one. But you see the subnet setting is disabled. If you want to make them by default enabled, right, you can actually go here, and so I can right click, edit, modify auto assign settings, and if you select this one, but real time you really don't enable that one, because in real time environment, right, we really don't give any public IPs to the servers unless it's very critical. And if the server want to reach to the internet, we always do this through the gateway, and we always has very strict restrictions. But this is a lab, that's why I enabled that one. In real time it's not required to enable that one. Okay, so further come down, and I'm going to give 172.16.1.100 as the IP. So add storage, add tags. Now I'm going to give the name as Orange server, Orange hyphen server. Yeah, so activate the, go configure the security group, select it. All these things, all the security groups, subnets and everything are created in the earlier video, part 2. Yeah, you guys can refer that one. So launch it, and let's deploy it. Okay, good. So you see the green server is already deployed and Orange server is getting deployed. Okay, I'll do one thing, I'll connect to the green server in the meanwhile. So copy, open the putty session, and by default EC2-user is the username for if you use Amazon Linux. And I'm going to put like a 14 bold, and the colors, this is a green server, let's stick to green. And I'm going to put my laptop key, which is the key file, and open this. Okay, I got the server, and I might be using a different key in the earlier videos, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I just used a different key. But if you are practicing, right, use your own key. Yeah. So the green server is up. You can see the IP as well, 10.1.100. Let's check it out. Ping www.google.com. If it is able to reach the internet, it should, because we are able to connect to the machine. So it's reaching. Yeah, good. Now in the same way, let's log into the machine of Orange server. Yeah. So if you see, I didn't got a public name here. You see, I got the public IP because while deploying I enabled that one. So let's do one thing, let's connect using the IP. And because earlier, right, green server we have connected using the public IP public name, DNS name, but here we are using public IP. Now do you have some issues? There might be some sort of DNS resolution issues, but we'll check it out. So we'll be able to connect that one. The server is able to reachable. Now I'm going to change this and give some little orange stuff here. So I'll say change settings, and if I go here in the colors, let me make 187 just to make it a little orange. Or no, change settings, and colors, I think this is 255 and 187. This should be 187, I think so. Yeah, so I see little orange here. Okay, now this is 172.16.1.100, the two servers here. Now I just want to check it out if this is able to properly reachable. Ping www.google.com. So yes, it is reachable. I try to run some yum update -y. Let's see if it is able, because I didn't have the DNS name. Good. I thought of having some sort of DNS issues. Looks like it's going well. Okay, now here the reason it is not showing the public DNS name is because you didn't enable the DNS names on the VPC. So how you can do that? We can go back here and right click, edit the DNS host names, and make it enable. So save it. Okay, if I done a refresh here right now, I should get the name. Yeah, hola, right? Done. Okay, so good. So we have our green server and we have our orange server. Okay, now I want to check it out whether it is reachable. Both are reachable to each other. We know that this is in orange VPC, the green is in green VPC. Now some people will do like this. Okay, from the orange server they'll ping and copy the public IP of the green server. They'll ping it. Okay, and obviously it will be pinging. Similarly, they'll copy the IP of the orange server and they'll ping the green server, and they say they are reachable to each other. We really don't need to have the VPC peering. No, it's not. It's actually not true, because you should never check with your public IPs. In real time, we really don't use the public IPs. I'll explain more about how can we connect to the internet without public IPs in the NAT gateway class. But right now, the only reason we are using the public IPs because I need to connect to these servers, because these 10 dot word addresses and 192.168, they falls under RFC 1918 address range. That means these are non-routable IPs. Now again, I don't want to go beyond the different topic here, but what exactly is VPC peering? Why you require is this it is not the communication using the public IP address, it is the communication is using the private IP address. That means if I try to ping 172.16.1.100, which is actually the internal IP, how do I know? You can see it here, as well as you can run if config and you can see 172.16.1.0. okay, so what will happen? So similarly here, if you check it out, IP config, sorry, if config, because this is a Linux server, IP config goes for Windows server. So now if you see 10.1.1.100 and if you see 172.16.1.100, okay, so the plan is these two should be able to reach other. It is a private address, we should be reachable to each other. So what I'll do, I'll click on ping 10.1.1.100. sorry, I'm very sorry, 10.172.16, which is orange server. 100, it's not reachable. Similarly, ping 10.1.1.100, it's not reachable. Okay, so if it is very confusing for you about the IP addresses, do one thing. So go to etc host. Okay, here you're going to type something like this. Okay, I'm going to give 10.1.1.100 and I'm going to give green server. Similarly, 172.16.1.100, I'm going to give orange server. Okay, and I'm going to give for the even for the next class as well, which is 192.168.100 for the blue VPC, which is a different between the VPC peering between the different regions. I'll say blue server. Okay, so I'm going to copy this totally. I'm going to go here etc hosts. I'm going to copy the same as well here, right? So in order to save, right, it's Control O and enter and Control X to come out. I'm using Ubuntu Nano, so Control O, enter and Control X. Okay, now let's do one thing to avoid the confusion, right? So I'm going to ping using the host names like ping green server. So it's not reachable, right? So similarly, ping orange server. So it's not reachable, right? Now the plan is we need to establish the VPC peering, okay, in order to make it work. Okay, so I just type uptime. Okay, the server is up from 9 minutes, and if I see type uptime, the server is up from past 9 minutes. Okay, now we need to establish the VPC peering in between these two in order to get this work. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's stop the video here and then let's try to create one more video. In that one I'm going to explain how we're going to have the VPC peering, because it's already crossed the 10 minutes. So let's catch up in the next video. Okay, see you around, folks.